Hey everyone, so excited today because I got two new burls in. One of them I've worked before, I know what the wood works like, and they're fantastic. The other one, I've never worked as a burl before, but the regular wood is fabulous. In fact, we made the very first Looking Wolf signature flute out of it, and the double flute right now, that is a double Looking Wolf flute, signature flute, is also made out of Chechen. In fact, well, you're not going to be able to see this very well, but this is a double flute we're finishing up right now, made from Chechen. Just not polished, so. But, so, let's first open up the Ambonia Barrel. It is mighty hot right now here in Utah, but oh man, I know I'm in love already. Oh baby, yeah. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Wow. It is so hot in Utah right now. So many other places in the country. Oh my goodness. Right now, the hot stuff's in the shop here. Look at that. Look at this figure. Oh my, oh my. Oh, we're going to pull a flute right out of here. As close to that sapwood as I can. We're going to get some of this sapwood running in and out of it. We sold one flute out of this wood so far. The others, I suspect, oh, that side looks even better. Wow. Recording. All right, so I got a little bit of acetone. It does have some kind of an oil on it to help with or some kind of finish on it to help bring out the color, but I want to see what else. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. See, this is what I knew would happen that the people on Facebook didn't know. Now the darker burl, I'm still open to buying, but I got to sell this one first, obviously. We'll probably have 4 flutes that we'll get out of this instrument, depending on pitches people pick. But wow, that is just gorgeous. I love this variation as it moves through. This is going to look so incredible in the voice box on the sides. It's going to have all this movement and flame shooting up. Huh, I know what they're finishing it with. Interesting. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Now, I've never bought from this supplier before. I was searching for a particular burl for another client. A piece of Red River Gum burl, or Jarrah burl, some kind of an Australian burl that's red. One of the eucalyptus burls, it's kind of red. Anyways, I came across this, and I've seen this wood before. I've seen Chechen Burl available before, but it was always like little teeny things. And now this isn't a huge burl, but it is big enough that we'll be able to get flutes out of it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's wonderful. Look at this. Came from a high humidity area. Interesting. I can just feel the moisture in it. So, let me talk to you all about burls a little bit. It's hard to do this because I haven't seen the other side yet, and I really, really want to see the other side really bad. But I think if I could just pause for a minute and talk to you about this a little bit, you'll get a better understanding of what it is a burl is. So the burl on a tree is actually, you'll often see this, something like this growing on the outside of a tree, big nodule. And what it is it actually is uncontrolled cellular growth in the tree. It's growing, really, it's like a cancer growing in the tree. Because each one of these little spikes that's coming up, each one of those is like a little branch or a little tree trying to be its own branch and its own tree. But there's so many of them, and it's totally uncontrolled, and the energy's up going into a mass instead of into growing the tree upright, that the wood gets really dense in a burl, and it gets really, really beautiful. In this Ambonia Barrel, come on over here, Josh, if you would. You look here on this very edge, and you can see these spikes. Well, you see these little rays coming down in. They're coming out of those spikes. So you're seeing that branch from the side. When you see it from the end, you're seeing like these little eyes. People call them, you know, like bird's eye maple or that kind of thing. These little eyes are looking at that same thing, but from the other side, from a 90-degree angle. So when I turn this over, I know, right now, I know for a fact I'm going to have really great figure on this wood, because, not because I've seen pictures, though I have, but because the burl here is coming off and has so many spikes on it. It's just a lot. Oh yes. Oh, hang on. Let me sand this up a little bit. Oh man, this is gonna make amazing flutes, Josh. Okay, you guys. Let me talk to you about this burl a little bit before we put the acetone on. Let me show you. So these little things right here, they call them bark inclusions, these little holes. And there's a couple of ways that we handle these in a flute. One way is to inlay them in some material like turquoise. Another way, if somebody's wanting a flute that has the figure and is beautiful, but so that it isn't like so bright and powerful in your face, then what we do is we fill them with ebony, and then they just look like a little eye, like these little eyes, a little bit of ebony dust in them. And so now let's just look at how gorgeous. Oh man, this is an amazing piece of wood. So Chechen is a really beautiful wood by itself, and it has this excellent chatoyance. Chatoyance is a glow you get out of the wood that comes back and hits you in the face, you know, and the eyes, and it dances and makes the woods look three-dimensional and things. And that's what chatoyance does. But just, oh, it is gorgeous. Oh, it is gorgeous. Woo! Man, very excited. So we'll take some pictures and of the wood, so you can zoom in on it and get lost in the do here and Josh and I do. Josh, what are your thoughts about this wood?
I mean, I see burl all the time, and this is one of the most beautiful burls that we've worked with. I think it's fabulous.
I mean, compare this, best burls you've ever seen. What woods have you seen them in?
Some of the coolest burls I've seen with all these different grain textures and stuff has been like Honduran and Brazilian rosewood, and I feel like this wood is a very similar look.
Yeah, the figure in it is so dense. There's just so much figure, even in the lowest. So the way that it usually works on a burl is you get really great figure as you get close to the edge, and then as you come in, it gets less and less figure. That's just how it works and how the tree grows. But even in the worst part of the figure, down in here, it's just awesome. It is just awesome. And we got the same thing on this burl. What do you think about this guy?
I actually think this one is more beautiful in my opinion. I like the colors
Dude.
of it.
Yeah, I do too. I like this an awful lot. An awful lot. I've been looking for this wood probably almost 10 years now. I've been looking
love
for a burl
the
for
dark
this.
wood.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. It's kind of, the color, when I zoomed in, didn't seem as true as when it zoomed out, particularly on this burl. The orange kind of goes away as I zoom in. I think that's just the white balance gets a little out of whack. And I get zoomed out, and then we get better white balance, and you get the real color of it. So that is more like the real color, and this is very white balanced. This in very close. I can't even get it to focus. So, man, I can't wait to start making flutes out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too?
No, I think it'll be. I mean, looking at them like this is beautiful, but when you start to get all those grains when the flute is turned, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't. That is part of the cool part, right? Mm-hmm. For me, you and me both. I mean, we've been doing this long enough that when you look into the wood, you got a pretty good idea of this is going to be awesome, or this is going to be okay, or maybe a little boring, or right. You get that sense. But what it actually looks like, not until we're done.
I mean, there's sometimes when you're making the flute, and you're like, this is where I want my top and whatnot, and then when you start turning the flute, you may find other sides that you like better.
Yeah, that are even better than the other one. Yeah, that's caused a few issues from time to time. Like, I really like having natural ends where the bottom slopes out, but when you have that situation and you got to pick a top, and the right top is opposite or to the side or something. Yep. We'll have some nice natural edges on this guy too. Both of them are going to produce great natural edges, actually. So we'll cut this burl this direction, and the flutes from this wood, unless they're really high flutes, they will be joined flutes, so they'll have a head joint and then a tube that'll be sleeved together, and so that introduces some beautiful options. But both of them have this lovely golden edge that on a natural end, to me, is just so beautiful. And I'm excited. Well, we'll make some more videos in a bit. So we showed you the unboxing, but I've cut up some of the burl, and we put some more finish on the wood to bring out some color. Let's start with the Ambonia Barrel, and so this piece of wood came right off of this edge here. Looks like it came off this way though. Came right off of this edge here because this surface wasn't flat. We need it flat to be able to make the cuts we want to make. And what I just found so awesome and worth shooting some more vid for was this surface. So we're looking at 90 degrees. You come up and look at that. In my opinion, this is better burl looking than even the front surface. It's just incredible. Just absolutely incredible. And that literally came from, so those dots will, I had it right. These two dots will match up right there to those dots. So that piece of wood literally came from right there. So you can see out here, it doesn't look nearly as interesting as what it does on the inside. So, bottom line, this Ambonia Barrel is fantastic. It is really, really gorgeous. We're going to be able to get flutes in this wood that are going to be from a low E all the way up to, well, we can go quite high. And we'll probably get, it's looking like we'll get, I think we'll get 5 flutes, actually. I think we can maybe be able to pull out 5 flutes out of this baby. Somehow.
If they're not all low E's.
Yeah, yeah, right. Right, yeah, because we got...
Maybe 3 low E's.
Yeah, maybe 3. Yeah, I think you're right, Josh. Probably right there. I think we can pull a low E out of there. So, so we can do that. We can get definitely 3 low E's, and then one maybe F sharp or higher, and then maybe this other one will be like an A or something. We'll have to see when I get to cutting that. This piece right, the flute that will come from this piece right here will actually have a premium cost on it, because you only get one piece of wood out of a burl that will potentially get you any sapwood. And of course it depends if the sapwood gets actually into the flute. If it doesn't, then it won't be a premium at all. But if it does, then we will be selling that one flute there for premium. Now I got to show you this other. So I thought both Josh and I were so excited about this Chechen Burl. So this is a Chechen Burl, and I've cut a couple of slices off of this, 2 slices, and these are my 2 slices. So this is the bottom of the burl. So this wood went like this, and then went like that. So that's where that wood came from. So you can see the bottom grain right here, right? It's quite dark, and that's pretty typical. Wood darkens often when it ages in UV light, and so that's not too uncommon to have darker wood on the showing face. But look what happens when you turn it 90 degrees. All of a sudden you start getting all this crazy color in the wood, and you know, check it out on the other side, and just incredible colors in this wood. Look at that. And then there's our last angle. And I'll take some still images of this too. So those pieces are beautiful. But when you get, so this piece came from right here, like this. It came right out of that piece right there. And look at this. Look at the figure. Look at these little pink dots. There's so much color. It's just so much color. All right, now check this out. What do you think, Ty?
It's really good looking.
It is. It is. Ty can't get his eyes off of this flute, this piece. I know he's thinking, I'm gonna make me fruit out of that. Oh, just spectacular, you guys. So I'm gonna put this stuff up on, these vids up on YouTube, and we'll start selling the flutes from these burls on Facebook and things today, and probably through the website or through YouTube as well. If you're interested in one, let me know. Flutes from the Ambonia Barrel are going to start at $2,300. So a low E is going to start at $2,300, and if you're doing a low E that has other inlays on it and has a fancy totem, all of those things, of course, will add to the price. But that's kind of gives you an idea of where the price point will be. And then the Chechen Burl, it's not as expensive. It's just as beautiful. It's a different kind of beauty, but oh my gosh, it is really spectacular. And so these flutes will start at $1,500 a piece, and then you know, for like a mid-range, and then we just add from there depending on what kind of inlays and what kind of different things you might want on your flute. So we'll take some still images, and if you have any questions, give me a call. Shoot me an email, brent@woodsounds.com, or Brent at, or 801-822-1415. Have a great day.